Hello there, Andrew Griffiths here with my good friend, Mr. Michael Hanrahan. Hello, Michael.
G'day, Andrew. How you doing?
Very, very well, thank you. And we're here to talk a little bit about the 2020 Australian Business Book Awards. And we're very, very excited that the awards are in their second year now. Michael, tell us a bit about the inaugural ABBAs, as we like to call them.
Yes, the ABBAs, we had our first year last year. It was a huge success. We were very, very happy with it. We had 56 books entered, which we were very pleased with for the first year, over 12 different categories. And we had entries from all over Australia. And we had books entered from being published by major publishers. We had books published by self-publishers, all sorts of different options. So for the first year, it was very exciting, lots of enthusiasm. And the Book of the Year winner last year was Andrea Clark with her awesome book, Future Fit.
Yeah, fabulous. And they were really great entries. I think the one thing that we really noticed was the high quality of the books on every topic imaginable in the non-fiction and business space in particular. Now,
Absolutely.
the ABBAs, the Australian Business Book Awards, are not for profit. So what does that mean and who is the beneficiary, Michael?
Yes, so we're working with the Indigenous Literacy Foundation. They've donated almost 500,000 books to remote communities over the last few years. And they also help those communities publish their own books in their own local languages. So they do absolutely fabulous work. And last year we donated almost $2,000 to them.
Yeah, very cool. And we're hoping to raise more for this year as well. So it's a great cause to get behind. Everyone who's working on the awards, they're all donating their time to be a part of it. So it's a very good cause from that perspective. So if you're an author and you're watching this, Michael, why should someone enter the awards?
So, especially in this area of publishing, one of the main reasons you write a book is to gain exposure for yourself and your business and, build up your profile and that kind of thing. So just entering the awards all by itself will give you some exposure for you and your business. So, you'll get promotions through both the awards with what we're doing. You can use it to promote your own business, get your book out there more. Great opportunity for publicity. And that's just from entering. If you win, you obviously even get additional exposure. So you'll be announced on the award nights and all that kind of thing. And you also get to put a fantastic logo on the front of your book saying that you're an ABBA Awards winner. So it's a fantastic way to get your book out there.
And if you win, you get a whole pile of swag as well. We had over $15,000 worth of prizes last year. Fantastic things in there. So, yes, it's a very good thing to do. So if you're umming and ahhing, definitely go for it, is what we would say.
Definitely.
Now, what about the dates for entries? The awards have opened. When do people have to have their entries in by, Michael?
Yep, so the awards are open now, so you can enter now, and the entries close on Tuesday, the 31st of August.
Okay.
So you've got about a month if you're watching this at early July. Late July, and judging will be taking place in September, October, and then the winners will be announced on the 25th of November.
Beautiful. And of course, all this information is on the Australian Business Book Awards site, and the link is on this page as well if you're not actually on the site itself. So what is the criteria for entries? If people want to enter, how do they know if they actually qualify to enter?
Yeah, so there's a few criteria. I'll just run through quickly just a few of the really key ones. There are more on the website, so make sure you go to the website and read them in detail. But the main criteria are books have to have been published in FY19. So that means 1st of July 2019 to 30th of June 2020. And to be eligible for the awards, the production of the book must have occurred in Australia, and the author must reside in Australia or New Zealand. So that's obviously a key criteria. Books can have been published via a publishing house, via self-publishing, any kind of publishing model that's produced a professional standard book. So we had all sorts of entries last year that have been produced in all sorts of different ways. The book must fit into one of the subject categories, which we'll go through in a second. They must be available in a print edition. So if you've done an ebook only, you can't enter. And all books submitted must be the original work of the author. So it's the author who has to submit the books.
Yep, great. So that's just a bit of a broad overview, but as Michael said, just make sure you read through the criteria on the website in the entry process. It's very clear. It's all very spelled out. And of course, if you've got any questions along the way, it's very, very easy to reach out and ask one of us hey, what do I do here? Do I qualify? What topic should I go under? All those kind of things. We're used to managing those kind of questions.
Yep.
But speaking about that though, what are the categories? Because have we got 10 categories this year? I can't
So there's
remember.
9 categories this
Nine.
year. Yeah, 9 categories this year for the subjects, and then there's 3 what we're calling marketing and production categories.
Right.
So I'll just really quickly run through them. So we've got entrepreneurship and small business, personal development, communications and sales, personal finance and investment, management and HR, leadership, technology, health and well-being, and then the last one is general business. So that's a little bit of a catch-all. If you find your book doesn't quite fit into any of the existing categories, you can enter in general business. So don't worry too much if you don't fit into any of the categories. Now there's a lot more detail on the website about what kind of books go into which category. So don't just judge it by the title. Go and have a look at the website and see exactly where your book fits.
Great.
So they're the subject categories, and you must enter your book in one of those. And then we've got 3 additional categories, which are best marketing and publicity, and best cover design, so that's obvious, and then best audio book. So they're 3 additional categories you can enter if you want to.
Great. And it was fabulous. I think our entries were pretty well spread across all the categories last year as well. And
yes.
We did find occasion there were a few books that it was a little bit hard to figure out what category. Again, we're just going to say reach out if you need some advice on that. Don't and ah. We can certainly help. How do people enter if they want to actually enter the Australian Business Book Awards, Michael?
Yeah, so it's actually very easy. Just go to the website, so businessbookawards.com.au, and then there's buttons. There's buttons all over the website for you to enter. Click on one of those. You'll be taken to an entry form. So then you'll be asked to fill out a little bit of information about your book and about who helped you produce it, so who your editor was and that kind of thing. And then talk a little bit about yourself and your business. So fill out the entry form. And then you also obviously have to send in your books. And then the payment required is it's $99 to enter 1 category. And then you can enter 2 more categories if you want to, and it's $44 each for each additional category. Now, as you mentioned before, Andrew, the whole thing's a not-for-profit. Those costs are just to cover the costs of running the awards. So that's how you enter. Very, very easy. It won't take you too long to fill it all out online and get your entry in.
Great. Now, one of the things that would be great just to, I guess, briefly talk to people about is the judging process. Because obviously we've got a lot of books, a lot of entries. We have a panel of judges, and one of our big rules is that because all of the judges are editors, cover designers, publishers, right? So
yes.
If it's someone who I've coached to write the book, I obviously can't be involved in the judging side of things. So we've got really strict processes and procedures and that. Do you want to just give just a brief overview on how that all kind of works, Michael? Sorry to put you on the spot with all of this stuff, but
not at all. Yeah, for sure. So this is why we ask you, when you enter, this is why we ask people to name their editor, name their cover designer, name their writing coach, so if they've worked with you or some other writing coach, all those sorts of details. So the reason we do that is the judges we have are the best people in the industry working in these kinds of books. So you can't have these kinds of awards, without those sorts of people. But then by definition, those sorts of people will probably have worked on some of the books that get entered. So what we have to do is be very careful to make sure that someone's not judging a book they've been involved with. So when the books come in, we literally allocate the books to the judges based on who hasn't worked on those books. So when they come in, we'll look at them and say, okay, this person worked with Andrew as a writing coach. Andrew's not going to get to judge that book, and the book will go to someone else. So you probably wouldn't even know that book has ever been entered. So obviously it's very, very important to maintain the credibility of the judging, that nobody's actually judging a book that they've been involved in producing.
Yeah, great. And that's important because, for us, every element of these awards, they need to have a high level of integrity. And that's something that we've really maintained all the way through that. It's a relatively small industry in many respects, but last year it worked really well. It was a big team of judges.
Yeah.
Everyone gave their time freely and their expertise, which was amazing. We had everyone from Tony Nash from Booktopia to just, you go through a list of who's who. It was quite amazing. So just understand how the process is complex, and it also takes us a while because in reality, I know from my judging last year, I think I had like 9 books in the category.
Yes,
you got to read 9 books, you got to compare them. I mean, it's a pretty big ask. So it's a fabulous process. It's really robust. We've mentioned it a few times, but if people have got questions, we just really encourage you to reach out. We make it very, very easy for you to reach out and ask questions about either the process, the timing. Anna, who will be managing a lot of the behind the scenes things, is amazingly organized. She will be on to you for, it's when things need to be sent, what's arrived. It's information that we haven't got. As you can imagine, we've got to coordinate all of these books, and they've all got to get sent out again to the judges, and there's a lot to kind of manage in there. In saying that, though, we actually love the process, but we do encourage you to reach out and just check in with us if you want to. Michael, is there anything else you want to add to this video? Perhaps just recap on the dates, and just let's bring it to a close and let people go and get their submissions ready.
Yeah, absolutely. So the dates are, obviously, entries are open now. Entries close Tuesday, the 31st of August, and judging will take place in September and October. And then there's going to be an online award ceremony, just like there was last year. It was great fun, very successful. The announcements will be on the 25th of November. So if you want to keep up with that, you can subscribe to the newsletter. So just go to the website. All of our contact details are on the website as well. So you can follow us on Facebook. You can just email us with any questions. Our phone number's on there as well. So feel free to give us a call, as Andrew said a few times now. We even had people last year just ringing up and asking us, having a chat about which category they could go into. Anything like that. We're all here to help. So feel free to get in touch.
Beautiful. All right. Here's to the 2020 ABBAs. They're going to be fabulous. If you're thinking about entering your award and you fit your book into the awards, and you fit that financial year, so July 1st, 2019 through to June 30th, 2020 is the time frame that your book has to have been published in. We suggest you do it. Go for it. What have you got to lose? I think the people that won last year probably didn't think they were going to win. It was an amazing moment, and it really, as an author, and I'm an author, Michael's an author as well, we know what this kind of publicity can do. We know what this kind of credibility and acknowledgement can do for you in your book. And I strongly suggest that it's a great thing. I wish these awards were around, for my first books back when I was writing. I can't enter now. I'm not eligible. But of course, that's one of those things that I wish they were around, because I do think there's great and very positive things that can come from the acknowledgement of entering an award like this. So I think on our behalf, mate, that's about it.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, get involved. Get your books in. We can't wait to read them.
Good on you. All right, folks. Thanks very much. We look forward to seeing those books arriving, and thank you for being supporters of the Australian Business Book Awards. All right. See you soon.
Thanks, everybody.